Hello and welcome to the BDMS Wellness Clinic. I'm Dieter Burkhardt and it is my privilege to bring to you a special clip we're calling Ask the Experts. Today we're joined with Dr. Thanupon Virunhakarun, Chief Operating Officer of the BDMS Wellness Clinic. We're also joined today by Professor Jiří Dvořák, Medical Consultant for the BDMS Wellness Clinic. Today we're going to be talking about office syndrome, what causes it and what can we do to reduce it. Now, Dr. Thanupon, we all know that sitting down for a long time can hurt your neck and your back, but what are some of the things that people don't think about when they think about office syndrome?
If you're asking me about the office syndrome, as an obesity medicine physician, my concern is obese. You know, nowadays the obese population, people, is going sky high. Even in this country, in Thailand, now we are number 2nd of the obese country in Asia. So this is the things that, in my opinion, I think is because many people just sitting too much and working and, have a meeting and have a lot of things and they not moving that much. So this is a thing that we call the lack of the physical activity. And my second concern is about your eye vision, your eyeball. Now we have found, in my experience, the new disease actually is a normal disease, but in the past we not find that much, but nowadays we found a lot. We call it the age macular degeneration.
Age macular degeneration.
Yes. Macula is behind the eyeball, collect all the data from the eye. So now we found the disease that age macular degeneration we call the blindness when you're older. It become more and more in the population nowadays because they're sitting and they're watching. The problem is the blue light is destroy the eye cell.
What can we do to reduce the risks?
One of the issues, of course, if they spend 8-10 hours in the office and they sit in front of the computer, they don't move, they are just watching all the time in the screen. This is really not advisable.
Yes.
So number one, which I would recommend is, without going into the details why this happens, is to adapt your working space, the ergonomics at working space. Try to put your screen at the level of the eyes.
Oh, okay.
Adapt also your table that you can change your body position between sitting and standing. So you have to adapt. Also on the table, if you are also using still, the classical writing or reading of the documents, if you put the documents on the flat table, you have to bend your head constantly, and you just put additional force on your cervical spine. So put an inclination of approximately 17 to 20 degrees, and they are gadgets you can put on the table, and you are reading with the upright position of the cervical spine. So there are small things which doesn't cost anything, but it help you to mitigate the risk factors for the cervical spine.
And the good position, it should be the screen is like this, right?
Yeah,
we should
that
look
should
into
be at
like
the
this.
level of your
Not
your
like
eyes.
this.
Not like this.
Yes.
The cervical spine is a special organ. It functions slightly differently than the thoracic and lumbar spine. And it's we have to know that, and we have to avoid any excessive movement of the cervical spine to delay the age-related degenerative changes of the cervical spine. We live longer, so we have to account for that fact.
Okay.
So we should try to avoid excessive movement in our daily life. For example, if I park the car, I still have the mirrors. You have now the fancy cars with cameras, so you can use the camera. You keep your head upright, and you just park, looking in the mirrors or in the camera, like the truck drivers do, without forcing your head
like
looking.
This?
That's wrong. So that's one of the examples. Or if I would like to take a book from the bookshelf behind me, and I know where the book is, instead of turning my head, I just stand up, walk around, and take the book out. I have spent extensive time of my research activities, particularly on the subject of degeneration of the cervical spine.
And more about the office syndrome, what do you think about when they're sitting, how long they're gonna should, stand up and moving more or take the stair when they go to the lunchtime.
The physical activity is the key.
Yes.
So your first question is, if you sit for half an hour, change the position after half an hour. If you can change the position for after 20 minutes, do it. So we try to change the activities during the working day.
Change your sedentary lifestyle to be more active.
Great. Well, thank you both very much for these recommendations. I know a lot of our viewers suffer from some form of back pain, and it's going to get worse as you get older. So anything we can do to reduce that risk is greatly appreciated. And thank you all very much for joining us. We hope to see you for our next round of Ask the Experts.